Meets Emily Carter. She's a finance major, but her life isn't just numbers and textbooks. Between lectures, assignments, and exams, she's hustling, literally. Today, she's selling water bottles at the university basketball game, moving through the crowded stands with a tray balanced expertly in her hands. The stadium is alive. Students shout, fans cheer, and somewhere in the chaos, basketball players dart across the court. But Emily keeps her focus, scanning the crowd for the next customer. Every bottle she sells matters. Tuition, rent, bills, they don't wait, and neither can she. She hands a bottle to a student, smiles politely, and counts the money quickly. Her hands are steady, her eyes alert, but there's a subtle tension in her shoulders. This isn't just a side job, it's survival. I've got to make every bottle count. One slip, one missed sale, and I'll be behind again. Emily moves with a rhythm she's developed over months of hustle. She dodges a group of students rushing past, adjusts her tray, and straightens her backpack. She's small, but unshakable, a quiet force in the middle of chaos. As she steps past the front row, her eyes catch the scoreboard flashing, the crowd erupting in cheer. Somewhere above the noise, she notices a familiar figure. A tall guy laughing with friends, casual and confident. James Hunter, the campus basketball star. She doesn't know him yet, but the way he moves through the crowd, commanding attention effortlessly, hints that their paths are about to cross. Emily takes a deep breath and straightens her posture. She's used to challenges. This crowd, this chaos, it's just part of the game. But today, she feels something stirring in the air. Something unexpected. A spark of tension maybe, or the hint of change. She adjusts her tray one last time and sets her gaze on the nearest customers. There's determination in her eyes, but also a hint of vulnerability. She's strong, but she's human. And today, as the game rages on and fans cheer, Emily is about to face a moment that will challenge her hustle and touch her heart in ways she never imagined. For Emily Carter, every day is a battle of balance between work and school, hope and exhaustion, independence and connection. And while the game plays on, she's already moving forward, step by step, bottle by bottle, ready for whatever comes next.
The game is in full swing. The crowd is electric, chants and laughter blending into a constant hum of energy. Emily navigates the stands, tray in hand, selling water bottles with practiced precision. She's focused, but today the world seems louder than usual, and the stakes feel higher. She approaches a group of students holding out a bottle. $3, she says with a smile, fresh and cold. One of them frowns, shaking his head. $3? That's crazy. I can get this at the store for $2. Emily pauses for a moment, taking a breath. She's calm but firm. I know, sir, but this is a convenience price for the game. It helps me get through the semester. The student scoffs, crossing his arms. I'm not paying that. Are you serious? A few nearby fans glance over, sensing the tension. Emily straightens her posture, trying not to escalate things. I promise it's fair. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to, but please don't make it a scene. The student leans closer, voice raised. Make it fair? This is ridiculous. Emily clenches her jaw slightly, but refuses to back down. She's been through worse. Late nights, long days, and months of scraping by. She won't let this break her focus. And then, someone steps in. James Hunter, tall, confident, with that effortless charisma, strides forward. He surveys the scene for a moment, a slight smile on his face, and then reaches into his pocket. Without hesitation, he buys all the remaining bottles on Emily's tray. Emily blinks, surprised. Relief floods her face as she watches him hand over the money. She can't help but smile, a genuine, grateful smile that reaches her eyes. Thank you, she says softly, almost to herself. James grins. Don't worry about it. Keep hustling. For a moment, the chaos around them fades. Fans cheer, oblivious to the small act of kindness that just occurred. Emily counts the cash again, shaking her head in disbelief. This one gesture lifts a weight she's been carrying all day. And yet, something stirs in her chest. There's curiosity, intrigue, a spark she hasn't felt before, a mix of surprise and cautious admiration. Emily straightens her tray and takes a deep breath. The game continues. The crowd roars, but she walks a little taller now, feeling seen, supported, and maybe, just maybe, unnoticed sparks of connection in the middle of the chaos. She returns to her route, moving through the stands with renewed determination. Every step, every sale feels lighter, even amidst the noise. But she can't shake the image of the tall, confident stranger who just changed the course of her day with a simple act of generosity. And somewhere in the distance, James watches, unnoticed, making his way back to the sidelines. A small smile plays on his lips. He knows this isn't just about buying water. There's something in her. Resilience, focus, a spark he can't ignore. And in that crowded, chaotic stadium, two paths have just intersected, quietly but undeniably, setting the stage for everything that comes next.
Later that evening, the campus is buzzing with energy. But away from the basketball chaos, James Hunter sits with his friend Michael Reed on the bleachers, a mischievous grin spreading across their faces. "You seriously lost the bet?" Michael asks, laughing. "So now you have to ask a random girl out?" James rubs the back of his neck, a little nervous, but he can't hide his confidence. "Yeah, and I'm picking the perfect girl. Someone unexpected." He doesn't know it yet, but the random girl he's about to choose is Emily Carter, the same girl he helped at the game. The next day, James spots Emily on campus, walking briskly with her tray of water bottles. She's focused, navigating the crowd with the same determination he admired from afar. He approaches, casual, leaning against a railing, with a smile. "Hey, would you like to grab a meal sometime?" Emily stops, raising an eyebrow. She studies him for a moment, sharp and cautious. Then she notices the smirk on Michael's face, lingering behind him. That smirk says everything. "You lost a bet, didn't you?" she asks, voice calm but pointed. James freezes slightly, caught off guard. He tries to play it off. Maybe." Emily shakes her head, a small smile tugging at her lips. "Then no, I'm not part of your game." She turns and walks away, leaving James standing there, slightly stunned. But something about her confidence intrigues him. He's not used to being turned down, and he doesn't plan to give up. Emily Carter isn't just any girl. She's sharp, independent, and doesn't fall for charm or games. And James? Well, he's never faced someone like her before. Over the next few days, James begins to show persistence in small ways. He buys crabs and leaves them for her with a shy note. He offers tutoring sessions and waits patiently while she shares candy with him during study breaks. He helps with campus deliveries, always in the background, never forcing his presence. Little by little, his gestures become familiar. Not flashy, not overbearing, but noticeable. He's trying, not just for the bet anymore, but because he can't help himself. Emily notices, of course. She remains wary but intrigued. The way he keeps showing up, not demanding her attention, but quietly supporting her, begins to stir something she isn't ready to name. The campus hums with energy, a rhythm of students rushing to classes, laughter echoing through the hallways, and the faint thump of basketballs in the distance. Emily moves through it all with her usual determination, books in one hand, a tray or package in the other, always on the go. James appears here and there, not always in the spotlight, but always present. He leaves small gestures that catch Emily's eye,
each one a quiet thread weaving them closer together. He leaves a small container of crabs on her desk one afternoon, a note attached. "For the hardest worker I know." Emily reads it and raises an eyebrow, a faint smile tugging at her lips before she shakes her head and goes back to her books. At the library during a tutoring session, she's explaining finance concepts to a classmate. James sits nearby, taking notes, clearly struggling but determined. Emily notices him fumble with a complicated problem. Without thinking, she passes him a candy bar. "Here, take a break," she says, smiling briefly. "Brain food." He accepts it sheepishly, and for a moment, the library feels quieter, smaller, like it belongs to just them. Between classes, James helps her carry delivery packages across campus. Emily initially resists the help, insisting she's fine on her own, but slowly she begins to notice that his presence is less intrusive and more supportive. Little by little, persistence meets charm. James isn't flashy, he doesn't demand attention. He's patient, he's steady, and somehow he manages to earn glimpses of Emily's trust. Friends gossip, of course, whispered conversations in the cafeteria, knowing looks across lecture halls, hints of crushes and rivalries, but Emily remains focused. She's building a future for herself, balancing work, school, and family pressures. Flashback. Emily at home, holding the small lucky coin her father gave her before exams. She rubs it between her fingers, a reminder that her life is her responsibility, that she can't rely on anyone else to make things happen. Yet, despite her caution, she notices James more and more. His gestures are thoughtful, his persistence genuine. There's something about the way he respects her space while still being present that she can't ignore. In this slow dance of small acts and fleeting moments, a connection begins to grow. Not instant, not loud, but quietly and unmistakably. Two stubborn hearts, learning, observing, and inching towards something they both feel but can't yet name. By the end of the day, Emily walks back to her dorm, a slight smile on her face, reflecting on the moments that have quietly made her day lighter. She's still independent, still cautious, but she's also beginning to see that not all gestures of kindness are meaningless. And somewhere in the crowd, James watches from a distance, satisfied with each small step, knowing that real feelings take time, patience, and respect to grow. Evening settles over campus, painting the sky in soft shades of orange and pink. The basketball court is quiet now, the chaos of the game long over, leaving only the hum of distant chatter and the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. Emily walks back to her dorm, books clutched to her chest, her mind replaying the small gestures and moments from the past weeks. She doesn't notice James leaning casually against the railing near her path, his hands tucked in his pockets, his expression unreadable. He watches her for a moment, then steps forward, breaking the quiet of the evening. "Emily?" he calls gently. She stops and turns, surprised. He takes a deep breath, his usual confidence tempered by nerves. "I need to tell you something," he says. Emily studies him carefully. "Go on," she replies, calm, curious, guarded. James swallows, then blurts out, "I like you. More than I thought I could. More than I planned for. And I'm done pretending it's just about a bet or a game. I really like you." Emily's eyes widen slightly. She takes a step back, caught off guard. Her mind races, flashbacks of crabs, tutoring sessions, candy bars, deliveries. She remembers his patience, his persistence, his quiet respect for her space. For a moment, the world seems to pause. The distant sounds of campus fade into silence. Emily's heart beats fast, a mix of surprise, hesitation, and something else, something she's been trying to ignore. She finally speaks, her voice soft but steady. I like you too, James. I just didn't want to admit it." James' face lights up with relief, a genuine, unguarded smile spreading across his features. He steps closer, careful not to crowd her, but close enough that the moment feels intimate. "Really?" he asks, almost in disbelief. "Yes," she replies, a smile tugging at her lips. "Really?" And just like that, amid the gentle evening glow and the quiet campus streets, Emily agrees to be his girlfriend. There's a brief pause, a shared glance, and then the faint sound of passing students, oblivious to the quiet magic unfolding between them. In that moment, two worlds collided, not with fireworks or drama, but with patience, persistence, and respect. Emily and James weren't just starting a relationship, they were building it on understanding, trust, and the slow, steady growth of real feelings. Emily laughing softly at a shy grin from James, James offering his arm, which she lightly takes. The campus lights reflecting in their eyes, creating a warm, golden atmosphere. Friends passing by, some noticing and whispering, but most unaware of the quiet milestone between them. Over the next few moments, they walk together, talking lightly, sharing small smiles, tentative but full of promise. It's simple, it's quiet, but it's real. This is more than a confession. It's the moment where persistence meets heart, where two stubborn souls find common ground. And for Emily Carter, it's a reminder that even amidst hustle, chaos, and challenges, genuine connection can grow, slowly, carefully, and beautifully.
The glow of campus life has softened into the quiet rhythm of daily routines. Emily balances her part-time jobs, classes, and studying with the same determination she's always had. But now she has James, her boyfriend, whose presence brings warmth, laughter, and occasionally frustration. Emily is rushing to a tutoring session, books under one arm, a tray of deliveries in the other. She glances at her phone, messages from James. He's waiting outside the basketball courts, hoping to catch her after the game. She smiles briefly, typing a quick reply, "Running late, be there soon." Meanwhile, James waits under the dim glow of the streetlights, leaning against a railing, his brow furrowed. Minutes stretch into longer minutes. The phone remains silent. He checks it again. No response. Love isn't just moments of laughter and connection. Sometimes it's waiting. Sometimes it's frustration. And sometimes it's realizing that life doesn't pause for your feelings. Later, Emily arrives at the court, breathless but smiling, juggling books and her tray. James steps forward, trying to hide the irritation creeping into his voice. "Emily, you were supposed to be here 15 minutes ago," he says, trying to keep it light. I know, but I've got work. You know how it is." He sighs, shoulders something slightly. "I get that. I really do. But it's hard, waiting for you, not knowing if you'll show up." Their worlds are colliding. Emily's hustle and need for independence versus James' desire for closeness and reliability. Both care deeply, but their priorities clash. Days later, another tension arises. Emily misses a basketball game because of her part-time job at the cafe. James had been counting on seeing her there, cheering him on. He waits outside the dorm afterwards, frustrated when her phone is off. When she finally returns, apologetic but exhausted, they have a quiet argument. Words aren't harsh, but they carry weight. Disappointment, love, pride. Moments like these test relationships. They reveal the delicate balance between commitment and personal goals, between love and independence. One evening, James tries to make amends with a thoughtful gesture, a movie night, complete with snacks and a gift, a phone to lend for safety and better communication. Emily accepts, appreciating the thought, but also silently reminding herself that she can't rely on anyone else to manage her life. Even in love,
there are boundaries. Even in romance, there are challenges. And for Emily and James, these moments are lessons. Lessons in patience, understanding, and the hard truth that two people with big dreams must navigate a relationship carefully. As they sit together, sharing the movie and quiet laughter, there's a fragile peace. Both know conflicts will come, but both are willing, for now, to try. The campus lights twinkle around them, a reminder that life moves fast, and love, even when sincere, requires compromise, patience, and heart.
Emily is at the local supermarket, juggling her part-time work and a stack of groceries for a delivery. Her focus is sharp, hands moving quickly, her mind calculating costs and time. Life is always a balancing act, but she's used to it. Suddenly, a rude customer approaches, complaining loudly about prices and questioning her professionalism. Emily remains calm, answering politely and trying to de-escalate the situation. But the customer grows more aggressive, mocking her efforts in her job. Emily feels the familiar sting of frustration, but she refuses to back down. Before the situation escalates further, James steps in. Protective, frustrated, and clearly emotional, he confronts the customer, defending Emily with a firmness she's not used to seeing. "Leave her alone," he says. Emily watches, torn between gratitude and irritation. She appreciates the gesture, but feels the sharp edge of her independence clashing with his protectiveness. James sees the problem and wants to solve it for her. Emily sees the problem and wants to face it on her own. Two strong wills, two hearts that care, but two perspectives that collide. The situation escalates, and Emily ends up being fired for the confrontation. James urges her to quit her other jobs and rely on him for support. But Emily's pride, principles, and need for self-reliance flare up. "No," she says firmly, "I won't quit. I work hard for my life, my independence. I can't just rely on someone else." James's frustration boils over. "But I'm trying to help you. You don't have to do this alone." Emily meets his eyes, unwavering. "I know you care, but I have to do this my way. I won't compromise my independence." A heavy silence falls between them. The bond they built through small gestures and shared moments feels fragile, stretched thin by clashing values and pride. Sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes care and affection collide with personal principles. And sometimes letting go is the only way to preserve self-respect and integrity. With that, the relationship ends. Not with anger, but with heartbreak. Both walk away, heavy-hearted but resolute. Emily returns to her routines stronger, determined, and independent. James leaves carrying his frustration, his longing, and the painful realization that love doesn't always conquer everything. Emily walking away with her head held high, carrying groceries and her pride. James standing frozen for a moment, then slowly turning, conflicted, flowers in his hand for her, unspoken words in his eyes. The supermarket fading behind them, the chaos quieting as their paths diverge. Love can lift you, protect you, and inspire you, but it can also challenge you, test your values, and teach you lessons about who you are. And for Emily Carter, this is the moment she proves that self-reliance is more than a choice. It's her strength.
The campus and surrounding city feel different now. Emily walks through familiar streets with a new sense of purpose, her shoulders squared, her steps confident. The breakup still stings, but instead of breaking her, it fuels her determination. Tonight is her friend Sarah's birthday party at Blue Moon, a lively bar with laughter, music, and a crowd of familiar faces. Friends are celebrating, sharing drinks and stories, the kind of chaos Emily usually observes from the sidelines. But tonight, she's not just observing, she's in control. A playful challenge arises among her friends, a bet to invite a generous finance professional, Mr. Robert Wells, to dinner. Emily smiles, accepting boldly. She approaches him with poise, charm, and confidence, impressing everyone watching. This isn't about proving something to anyone else. This is Emily reclaiming her power, her voice, her agency. She's stepping into the spotlight, not as a girl waiting, but as a woman making moves. Across the bar, James leans against the wall, flowers in hand, a glass of drink in the other. He's frustrated, slightly tipsy, watching Emily handle herself with ease. His longing is evident. His presence is almost unnoticed amidst the noise. Emily engages Mr. Wells in conversation. She's sharp, witty, and knowledgeable, discussing finance in a way that makes her brilliance undeniable. Her analogies, like choosing the fish over the rod for quick profit, catch his attention. Mr. Wells laughs, impressed, and accepts her invitation to dinner. Through boldness and intelligence, Emily turns a playful moment into opportunity. She isn't defined by heartbreak or past relationships. She's defined by her actions, her mind, and her courage. Across the bar, James watches from a distance, realization settling in. He's still carrying flowers for her, still hoping, but he sees now that Emily isn't waiting for anyone to rescue her. She's creating her own path. Emily guiding Mr. Wells through a conversation, friends cheering quietly in the background. James standing across the room, conflicted, flowers drooping slightly in his hand. Emily walking away, glowing, as Mr. Wells follows, intrigued. Life moves forward, even after heartbreak. And for Emily Carter, every choice, every bold step proves that resilience and self-reliance can open doors that waiting and wishing never will. Even as James struggles with unresolved longing, Emily shines, proving that sometimes the best opportunities come when you take control of your own story. Emily leaving the bar confidently, Mr. Wells by her side, city lights glowing in the background. James lingering, watching her go, a mix of regret and admiration. Through hustle, heartbreak, and bold moves, Emily emerges stronger, independent, and unstoppable. Love is important, yes, but self-reliance, courage, and intelligence, those are what truly shape a future.
Morning light spills across the campus, soft and calm, a total contrast to the loud noise of the night before. Emily steps out of her dorm, her bag over her shoulder, her hair tied back neatly. She looks refreshed, focused, ready. Today feels different, and she feels it in her spirit. Her phone buzzes in her hand. A message. She checks it, and her brows lift slightly. It's Mr. Robert Wells. "Good morning, Emily. I'm waiting at the college gate. Lunch? I'd love to hear more about your idea on high-risk returns." Emily smiles softly. Not the dreamy type of smile she used to give James, but a confident smile, one that says she's finally walking in her own direction. She tucks her phone away and heads out. Life has this funny way of opening doors right when you think everything fell apart. For Emily, heartbreak didn't stop her grind. It sharpened her edges, polished her courage, and made her even more resilient. She arrives at the campus gate. A sleek black car waits. Mr. Wells steps out, polite, calm, a gentleman with a genuine interest in her brilliance, not just her beauty. He opens the door for her, and she slips inside gracefully. Across the road, James stands half hidden behind a tree, hands in his hoodie pockets, eyes following her quietly. He didn't plan to be there, he just ended up there. The flowers he bought last night are now wilted, tucked under his arm. He watches her get into the car, a soft ache pulling at his chest. Emily in the car, sunlight on her face, confidence in her eyes. Mr. Wells driving, nodding thoughtfully as she explains a finance concept. James standing alone, the morning crowd moving past him like he's invisible. Here's the thing about life. Sometimes you lose something good so you can gain something great. James had love, but he didn't understand Emily's need for independence. He wanted to protect her, but she wanted to protect her future. And sometimes those two things don't match. The car pulls onto the main road, gliding through the city. Emily talks about investment models, risk strategies, supply chain gaps. Her passion flows naturally, and Mr. Wells listens with genuine interest. Meanwhile, back on campus, James sits on a bench, elbows on his knees, staring at the ground. He's not angry, he's not bitter, he's just learning. Learning that love isn't possession. Learning that you can care for someone deeply and still not be what they need. Learning that sometimes the best thing you can do is grow from the pain. Emily didn't choose comfort. She didn't choose romance. She chose herself. And in choosing herself, she unlocked paths she never imagined. Opportunities, connections, growth. A future built by her own hands, not borrowed strength. The lunch goes smoothly, laughter, ideas, opportunities. For the first time in a long while, Emily feels seen for her mind, her ambition, her drive. Not her struggles, not her vulnerability, but her power. As she steps out of the car after lunch, her eyes lift toward the bustling campus. Students walk past her, wrapped in their own worlds, unaware of the shift happening inside her. This isn't the end of Emily's story, not even close. This is the beginning of a new chapter, one where she stands tall, hustles smart, and chooses her own path every step of the way. And James, well, he has his own lessons to learn, his own growth to chase, his own heart to heal. Love doesn't disappear, it evolves, and maybe one day he'll understand why things had to break before either of them could become better. Emily walks forward, her steps light, her spirit strong. The campus gate closes behind her, but her future opens wide ahead of her. Through hustle, heartbreak, and bold choices, Emily discovered something powerful, something unshakable. Love is beautiful, yes, but self-reliance is freedom. And when a woman discovers her own strength, there's no limit to the world she can create. Fade out on Emily walking confidently into the future, sunlight on her path, possibilities unfolding like a brand new sunrise.
And this right here is the story of a lover boy and an ambitious young woman, two hearts moving in different directions, but still leaving a mark on each other. Do you think their story ends here, or is there more waiting around the corner? You'll find out when you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you never miss the next chapter. Until then, let love find you as you find love.